flooding, raw sewage pouring out of the ground, sex crimes, drunk drivers, thugs on loose, criminal mob boss-like behavior on the part of the powers that be. Sounds like the makings of a post-apocalyptic horror story, right? A group of rapidly organizing citizens says it's all part of their day-to-day life at Terrenos, Houston and Colony Ridge, a housing development outside of Houston that is home to a primarily immigrant community. People who bought houses in the two communities say they are struggling to stay afloat, sometimes quite literally, amid what are described as horrific living conditions put in place by the developer, a Houston real estate mogul named John Harris. They are now banding together to bring awareness to a myriad of problems plaguing these largely Latino communities. Among the claims, Harris and his team are selling flood-prone lands to people without disclosing that fact. In fact, the company does not disclose the flooding issues anywhere during their sales process, citizens claim. We've had countless of people crying out to us for help due to the lakes of water on their properties when it rains, people tell us.
They also told us our land was in a no-flood zone, and when the first rain arrived, our land looked like a pool.
We've also heard,
when it rains, my ditches flood. And even when it doesn't rain, it always has pooled water.
And yet another. They told me it doesn't flood, and that's a lie. Half of my land looks like a lagoon, and I've added like 20 truckloads of dirt, and it still floods. The surrounding city of Plum Grove has been fighting the county of Cleveland to stop Harris's company from continuing to develop ruthlessly, without proper management of their sewage. City officials have brought to the county countless of environmental issues that they say are being violated by this self-proclaimed developer, yet the county keeps approving the platting of land, the citizen group notes. And, believe it or not, flooding is at the more pleasant end of the spectrum. One citizen wrote on social media recently,
thousands of gallons of raw sewage are being dumped out on the ground. Which is not only disgusting, but we also worry that it will eventually end up in our water system, since everyone out here has their own water well.
Multiple sources have told us the company stalks and intimidates anyone who complains at the conditions, Scientology style. We've also had sources tell us that because people from this company believe in Santeria, it is a common practice for them to throw dead animals at people's yards and perform rituals against them.
It is their belief that spirits are going to help them stop opposition.
Now it's starting to sound like something from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, but in this case, it's more like Midnight in the Garbage Dump of Good and Evil. Citizens say they feel like they have a good case against John Harris and company.